why we fight the truth is because the truth strikes a nerve. Notice that different people get upset at different things? Different people get upset at different things because each person has a different set of nerves that get triggered. Also, if you look in your life, you'll see that you have the same type of upset keep showing up over and over and over. And the reason the same type of upset keeps showing up over and over and over is because the same nerve keeps getting triggered over and over and over. And the nerves that get triggered in Jim are going to be totally different than what gets triggered in Shelley. Everybody, it's different. So let me talk a little bit about what these nerves are, because it's the automatic subconscious avoidance of this hurt from the past that creates every single bit of the suffering in our life. When we're born, we're pure love. Little kids are pure love. But we're born into a world that kills love. So what happens is that in the process of growing up, every single one of us gets hurt, and we get hurt a lot. How many of y'all can relate to being hurt as a child? Okay, so look at it from the eyes of a little child. All there is love, but it's not coming to me. You know, my father left, my mother's screaming at me, my friends don't want to play with me, my brother's getting me in trouble. All these things are happening. In the eyes of a little child, what is the only explanation for these painful losses of love? Yeah, clearly, I must be the problem. And then we decide what the problem is. I'm not good enough. I'm not worth loving. I'm worthless. I'm a failure. I'm a loser. I'm this. I'm that. And it is never, 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 never the truth, but it becomes the truth in the eyes of a little child. So we buy the notion that we're not okay, and then we fight the very notion we created, which then magnifies it out of proportion. Let me give you an example. Years ago, I was in a department store, and there was this mother and daughter shopping. The little girl was about 4. And she spilled her drink, which is something 4-year-olds do. And then the mother got real upset at her, started screaming at her, saying, "What's the matter with you? Why are you so stupid?" Okay, how many times do you think this precious little 4-year-old is going to hear that before she believes it? Probably once. And what happens if she hears it over and over and over again? It becomes her truth. Now, is it the truth? No, it's got nothing to do with the truth, but it becomes her truth. So she buys the notion that she's stupid, and then she fights the notion she created. Stupid is a horrible way to be, because if you're stupid, you'll never be loved. Look at my own mom. My own mom doesn't love me because I'm stupid. Stupid is the absolute kiss of death. If I really am stupid, I might as well die. Why even be alive if that's the truth? So what happens is that anything that comes along and triggers that suppressed hurt of feeling stupid to the little girl is going to be a major threat to her survival. Now, in reality, this hurt is nothing more than a body sensation. It's just a feeling, not any different than a sneeze or a yawn. But subconsciously, it's a major threat to our survival. Some circumstance comes along, triggers this emotion. If I really am stupid, I'm going to die. Well, since I don't want to die, I've got to fight the hurt, and I have to fight anything that triggers it. So anything that comes along that triggers that hurt is a threat. Instantly, I become full of fear, upset, and tunnel vision. And in the tunnel vision, I interact in a way that makes everything worse very, very quickly. In the tunnel vision, I destroy my ability to see what works, because what works is outside the tunnel vision. And in that tunnel vision, the only thing I can do, the only action that's available to me in that tunnel vision is fight or flight. Some form of fighting, resisting, hanging on, or withdrawing. Some form of resisting. And then in the resisting, what happens is that in that tunnel vision, instead of resolving the problem, whatever it is, I interact in a way that actually magnifies it. So what will happen is that this little girl, and by the way, every single one of us has this hurt. Nobody escapes it. We all have this hurt. And what happens is that anytime this hurt gets triggered, we're threatened. And then when this hurt gets triggered, you know, we operate in a state of fear, upset, and tunnel vision that makes everything worse very, very quickly. And then what happens is, without realizing it, even when the hurt isn't being triggered, all of our focus subconsciously is how do we set up life to be a certain way so that I don't have to feel the hurt. But what happens is that And what we'll see in a minute is that everything we do to avoid this hurt creates more of the very hurt we're running from. So if somebody's running from failure, they're going to create a life full of failure. If somebody's running from stupid, they're going to create a life full of stupid. If somebody's running from the hurt of not worth loving or worthless or whatever it is, they're going to create a life full of it. And what happens is that until we heal it, it's going to keep being put in our face again and again and again and again and again. Hello, I'm Bill Ferguson. Life doesn't just happen. We create our lives. We interact with life in a very particular way, and life responds accordingly. When you can see why your life is the way that it is, you become more able to determine how your life is going to be. You have it within you the ability to create an incredible life. The problem areas of your life can get resolved, and you can have your dreams come true. But this won't happen by itself. You have to grow in your awareness, you need to do some inner healing, and you need to take action. But you can do it. All it takes is you. But you got to know how. And I can walk you through the steps. So come join us. You can learn more by visiting BillFerguson.com. We'll hope to see you soon. Bye.